My name is Isobel Talks. In June 2011, I travelled to the Podocarpus National Park in Ecuador in search of a butterfly. But that search started a long time before, when I was just 6 years old in September 1998, when I had a butterfly named after me, the Pronophila isabelli. It was even featured on the BBC.
Isobel Talks is mad about butterflies. She loves trying to spot them in the garden and even has a butterfly dress. But having one named after her is a treat she never dreamed of. It's all been better than a trip to Disney.
I can always go to Disneyland, so I think having a butterfly named after me is better. Definitely better.
Isobel was presented with a framed photo by Wendy Craig, star of That TV series, and it's all fueled her passion for butterflies.
We're going to go to a place where there's loads of butterflies for me to see.
Her dream now is to go with her butterfly net deep into the Andes to find her exotic namesake for herself. Amanda Goodman, Look East.
So that's what I did. At 19 years old, I travelled the thousands of miles from my home in England to the cloud rainforests of Ecuador, the only place where my butterfly has ever been seen. Armed only with the scientific papers registered when my butterfly was identified, my camera-wielding father, and a lot of enthusiasm. It is certainly a place where there's loads of butterflies for me to see.
Wow, it's beautiful. Oh, it's really beautiful.
But would I get to see my butterfly? At least I knew what it looked like.
But I found this picture in my bag, got a bit damp. It shows my butterfly, the picture I was given when I won the competition. And just reminded me how beautiful my butterfly is, really. In this picture you can see the colours so well. The white tips and the wings, and where it was eaten by a bird. It just reminded me how beautiful it is and how nice it would be to see it properly.
The thing is, I only had 7 days to find it. The Podocarpus National Park is located in the southeast of Ecuador. It is hugely rich in wildlife and is categorised as a mega-diverse zone. There are a lot of endemic species here, found nowhere else in the world, as it is a unique environment. The scientific papers confirming the existence of my butterfly told me roughly where to look, but the park is 1,500 kilometres square, and my butterfly has only ever been seen 5 times. I soon found out it was not going to be easy.
We've seen dozens of brown butterflies swooping all around and going up into the canopy and just out of reach every time. And yeah, it's hard. Being a butterfly hunter is hard.
But I had no idea how hard,
We're climbing up hills for...
how fun, how tiring, and how inspiring the journey was going to be.
We're off to Podocarpus Park today to try and see if we can look in a different area for the butterfly. It's very good weather, blue sky, sun. I don't think it's butterfly weather, but at the same time I'm feeling quite nervous because it's such a big area and it's so hard to know where the butterfly actually is. I'm starting to worry it might never come reality, might never find it, but here's hoping.
But as soon as we arrived at the park, we began to see butterflies.
We just arrived in the park. I have a butterfly on my leg. I'm indeed a butterfly magnet. Ooh, still there. It's very beautiful, actually. So yeah, it's a good start.
The trick, though, would be to see the right butterfly. But it was good to see so many so quickly. And the flowers were beautiful too. The Podocarpus National Park is considered the Botanical Garden of America and has over 4,000 species on its slopes. And as for the park's birds, 560 species have been registered. That's 6% of all birds registered worldwide and 40% of the birds registered in Ecuador. But I couldn't get too distracted. I had work to do.
well, at the moment we're just trying to look at the map and work out where I am at the moment. I think we might be too high for the butterfly. That's the one thing. In here it says that the butterfly is found around 2,550 metres above sea level. But on this map, it suggests we're a bit far up at the moment. So trying to work it all out at the moment, but we'll keep going for now and see what we find. Surviving so far.
On my first day in the park, I decided to go for a walk to get a better appreciation of the beautiful area. There are many layers to the park, and when you rise above the forests, the views are truly amazing. The reason why it is home to so many unique species of wildlife, including my butterfly, is because it is a meeting point between 4 ecological systems: the Northern Andes, Southern Andes, Amazonian, and Pacific ecosystems. It certainly wasn't somewhere you'd want to trip over. It was a hard climb, but I was quickly rewarded by seeing signs of one of the rarest animals in South America.
We've got a spectacled bear footprint here. We've been following these footprints along the path for quite a while now. As you can see, they're quite detailed. You can see the claws and everything. We've heard that spectacled bears are very, very rare and also actually quite dangerous. Not quite the Paddington bear that you might expect around here. So we're hoping that maybe we'd see one, but we're also quite worried. So yeah, keep you updated on the spectacled bear.
The walk was far from a stroll in the park, and it soon became quite a scramble. And then the weather closed in.
By a spectacled bear. I was caught by a spectacled bear. Definitely wrecked. We were climbing up hills for hours, then it started raining, then I fell over a few times.
Well, I suppose it is a cloud rainforest.
Strange sound, a bit like bells. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Fairies.
I think it might be frogs.
Fairies and goblins.
And it certainly explained the moss and lichen that richly coated the trees, including the podocarpus tree, from where the park gets its name. But it was time to head down, out of the park, and regroup for another day. I was staying at the Rumi Wilco Eco Lodge and Nature Reserve, close by the Podocarpus National Park. The reserve is just outside the town of Vilcabamba. It was formed in the year 2000 when a group of landowners were persuaded to pool some of their land to permanently conserve and upgrade the biodiversity contained in them. It is home to a great range of flora and fauna, including the blue ground pigeon, the groove-billed Annie, the saffron yellow finch, and spiders. Lots of spiders. I have to confess to being a bit frightened of spiders, and I was due to stay in a pole hut surrounded by them. Here I am, the jungle hut, in the Rumi Wilco Reserve. I was exhausted. It had been an encouraging first day. I really loved the park, even if it had ripped my trousers, and I'd already seen a lot of butterflies, but I realised I had taken on a more difficult task than I had expected. The Rumi Wilco Reserve was founded and is run by an Argentinian couple, and on the second day, Alicia accompanied me to the park. She is a biologist by training and led guided tours for many years in the Galapagos.
Looks like begonia. The one, the white, that looks like a fried egg.
Yeah. It does look like a fried egg. You're right, isn't it?
It's called Flor del Sol.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
Over 40% of the Podocarpus National Park's 3,000 to 4,000 plant species are endemic. They are vibrant splashes of colour all over the cloud rainforest.
Mosses and lichens all together, making a sponge to contain the water of the rain.
This is a calceolaria flower, which looks a bit like a little shoe. You can see here, bright yellow. So beautiful.
But like so many beautiful natural wonders, the Podocarpus Park has its challenges from humans who live around its edges. Alicia is very passionate about this issue.
You can see the landslides.
Yeah.
The deforested mountains in the distance, the burned mountains. You can see that brown. That means it was burned there.
Oh, that's sad.
And see the contrast.
Yeah, the contrast.
Imagine that all the mountains of Loja used to be like this before, and in the time of Humboldt, when Humboldt visited the Loja, he said that this is the garden.
Yeah.
Garden of Loja. But they are they used to put seeds when it's winter time, when there is rain, because there is no water for irrigation up there. So they only use for seasons. And as it is deforested, after maybe a few years of cropping, then they have to use it for cows, but because the soil is impoverished. ¿Cómo se llama? Impoverished.
Yes, impoverished.
Impoverished.
Yeah. Right.
And when the cows don't have anything to eat, then they...
Yeah.
Like a butterfly.
I know, I can see them. I was thinking, that's kind of good colour.
But I needed to concentrate on finding my butterfly. It was already the second day, and there were only 5 to go after this. The park again did not disappoint with the number of butterflies. The area is estimated to have more than 260 butterfly species and more than 1,200 moth species. But I wasn't here to see all those species. I was here to see just one. And it felt a bit like I was looking for a needle in a haystack. As I looked out across the vast expanse of trees, I began to question my mission. Advice and guidance from Alicia was very helpful, but I knew I was going to need a big slice of luck to find the Pronophila isabelli, a well-camouflaged butterfly that had escaped official identification until only 12 years ago. As I walked down from the park, the terrain became drier and I saw different species of butterfly. I also caught glimpses of some other inhabitants of the park. Evidence of the deforestation of the lower slopes of the park became clear to see. Land had been cleared for cattle to graze. In other areas, there had been heavy agricultural activity, as well as infrastructure projects, such as mining and road development. These all have an impact on the biological diversity of the park and the fresh water it provides to more than 1 million people. As the only protected area in southern Ecuador, Podocarpus resembles an island surrounded by developed lands. I called in at the park ranger's office at the edge of the park to ask for advice to help me with the search for my butterfly.
La organización gave me, no sé qué haces, sino una pistola con eso, el nombre para mi bedroom. ¿Qué es bedroom? Sí, para mí. Sí, pero yo no tengo la foto.
I decided to return to the pole hut to think of other plans.
We're going to come back with a net and some sugar solution. We don't have a net, so we might use a mosquito net and chuck it over them. Could be interesting. Starting to realise that we're not perhaps the best butterfly hunters you've ever found. We'll have a go. And then, yeah, day 2.
The next day I was back in the park to continue the hunt.
Day 3 of the butterfly hunt. We're up here at the Ministerio del Ambiente again, about 2,750 metres above sea level, which is where we usually begin our walk down through the sort of altitude where my butterflies meant to be found. We sort of think we might be looking at the Chusquet bamboo today, as that's where it's supposedly found nearby. But frankly, I'm feeling a bit worried that it's never going to happen. It just seems like too big an area for such a small thing that's so rare, almost no one's ever seen it. They haven't even found the female one, so they don't even know what that looks like. I was saying earlier that I sort of wish I'd had a plant named after me so that I could just go and see it and it wouldn't move everywhere. But yeah, so not too high spirits this morning, but hopefully there'll be some good news later. I'm here in the cloud rainforest where my butterfly's found. You can see it's very dense, lots and lots and lots of trees, very tightly packed together. It's not very easy to penetrate, to get into. There's lots of moss on all the trees, lots of vegetation, lots of this bamboo, which my butterfly supposedly lays its larvae on, and then they eat the bamboo. So we're going to be looking around for this kind of plant to see if we can find it, but as you can see it's not very easy terrain to find a butterfly in. Not very easy at all.
Using the park's tracks didn't make it easy to spot the butterfly either.
Spot the butterfly. They're incredibly well camouflaged. It's quite hard to find them amongst all the foliage. See if you can find this one. This butterfly we think is very similar to mine, very similar family, because it's got very similar markings on the underneath, but it's just more red in the middle. So we're looking out for something similar like that.
Hang on a minute, I've lost it.
As you can see, it's not easy to spot some of these butterflies, and it didn't get any easier to see, identify, or indeed film the butterflies we saw.
We just had something fly past us that looked very much like it could be a butterfly, but we aren't entirely sure because it's moving so fast and it comes straight down. The forest right here goes right down. I can see something fluttering about there actually. It's about the right size, the right colour. Everything was right, but couldn't quite catch it on camera. I went straight down there.
That's the underside there, isn't it?
That's the underside. That's the top side. It has more yellow really, this one. But it just looks like the right sort of thing. Oh, now it's glint zones. Really nice. It doesn't really look like it. Oh, come back, come back. And it's on the Chusquet bamboo. That one looks really like it could be it. That one really, really does. Do you see how much more lighter its tips are than the other one? Do you see?
Yeah.
But again, I wasn't entirely convinced, particularly when I looked back at the video footage. So I tried a sugary solution, but who knew butterflies didn't like sugar?
Beautiful.
They seemed to prefer my socks.
Still the butterfly girl. After all these years.
A cool socks and trainers combo. That one's very beautiful. Very interesting.
And they quite liked my dad's trousers.
That actually is really like mine. Like really like mine. I want to capture it.
Whoa.
It's speckly, Dad.
It's got exactly the right pattern.
Oh my god, don't go. Don't go. Please don't go.
Right, stay still, stay still.
No, no!
It was agonising to think we might have seen it.
No, that one was really like mine.
I think that was very, very good.
That one was really like mine. Come back.
But it had gone. They did seem interested in my lunch.
Sharing my lunch. So strange watching a little hibiscus Look around. She likes the jam in my sandwich.
Ah. So do you think replace the sugar solution with the jam then?
I do. It's actually really tickly, this. This one's got beautiful brown patterns on it too.
I saw quite a few beautiful brown butterflies that day. Well, some more beautiful than others. It was time to head back. It had been a good day in many ways. I'd seen lots of butterflies. Some looked quite promising. But in my heart, I didn't feel I'd seen my butterfly, and I didn't feel that much closer to finding it. I went to the local town of Vilcabamba. Vilcabamba is a town in the southern region of Ecuador, in the Loja province. The name derives from the Quechua, Pilco-Pamba. Pilco denotes the sacred trees. Pamba is a word meaning a plain. The area has been referred to as the playground of the Inca, which refers to its historic use as a retreat for Incan royalty. Nowadays, it has become popular with foreigners, often dreamers and hippies, who see it as a place to escape the perceived evils of their societies. Some even come here to escape death. It has been called the Valley of Longevity. It doesn't work for everyone. So, back to Rumi Wilco, where I caught up with Alicia to discuss the butterflies I had seen.
You were discussing how many butterflies you can see. So many. How to collect it, everything. This is.
Then back to my lovely peaceful pole hut. Well, quite peaceful.
These holes down here, they belong to ant lions. And the grubs of these, the larvae, they sit at the bottom of these giant pincers bigger than their body. When a little ant walks past, it falls down, they pinch it up and eat it. So I'm not going to go walking barefoot over that. Stay over here.
Tomorrow would be another day, another chance.
Rum, pum, pum, rum, pum, pum, rum.